Let's talk about finding intercepts from graphs. So an intercept is a point where the graph crosses or touches an axis. So either the x-axis or the y-axis or both. It's a point that has a coordinate of 0 somewhere in there. One or both coordinates is 0. An x-intercept is on the x-axis. It has a y-coordinate of 0, and an x-coordinate that tells where on the x-axis it falls. A y-intercept is on the y-axis, so we have a y value that tells where on the y-axis it is, but the x-coordinate is 0. If you're asked to find all intercepts, then you need to give the whole ordered pair of each intercept, so the x and the y coordinate enclosed in parentheses. The math hub instructions will tell you to enter an ordered pair. If you're just asked find x-intercepts or just asked find y-intercepts, then all you have to do is just give the x values or just give the y values of those points. So here's an example. I have this graph. So this thick black line that makes a sort of lily pad shape is the graph. And we have just the grid behind that isn't the graph. That's just what it's graphed on. We have these somewhat darker lines that are the x-axis and the y-axis. Those may sometimes be more labeled and sometimes they're not. So you need to be able to recognize wherever the 0 is, like that's where the x and the y-axis are intercepting, so that's the origin, and whatever lines are going through those are the x and y-axis. All right, so we're looking on the x-axis and on the y-axis, anywhere this lily pad shape thing intersects. So we've got one here, and one here, and one here, and one here. So if I'm just finding all the intercepts, I'm going to give the ordered pairs of all of those. So I have -3, 0, and then 0, 0, and then +3, 0, and then I have the one down here, 0, -6. So that would be, if you're finding all the intercepts, you need to list all of those. They could be in any order as long as what's inside the parentheses doesn't change for each one. Finding all the y-intercepts, I'm just looking at what's on the y-axis, and all I need to give is the y values. We have a y value of 0 and a y value of -6. That's not in parentheses, so that's not parentheses 0, -6, or parentheses -6, 0. We're not giving an ordered pair. We're listing two separate y values where the graph is on the y-axis at those points. For the x-intercepts, we have, just looking at the x-axis, -3 and 0 and 3. Those, you're listing individual y values, individual x values. Those could be listed in any order. There's no parentheses involved. They're not ordered pairs. They're just x values or y values. But that's finding intercepts from a graph.